China's privacy and data protection framework is multifaceted, reflecting the country's approach to balancing economic innovation with individual privacy rights. This framework is not encapsulated by a single law but rather by a trio of primary legal pillars, alongside a series of supporting regulations and guidelines. The three pillars of China's data protection framework. A. Cybersecurity Law, CSL. The CSL, effective from June 1, 2017, marks China's first national-level law addressing cybersecurity and data privacy protection comprehensively. The CSL primarily focuses on network security and operates on the principle that network operators must adhere to a tiered system of network security protections. This includes implementing technical measures to prevent cyber attacks, data breaches, and to safeguard critical information infrastructure. The law's broad scope covers various sectors, imposing stringent requirements on data localization and the use of certified network equipment and products, which could impact international businesses significantly. B. Data Security Law, DSL. The DSL, which came into effect on September 1, 2021, expands the focus beyond personal data to include data security across a broad spectrum of data categories. The DSL introduces a hierarchical data classification system, categorizing data based on its importance to national security, economic development, and social welfare. This law mandates strict handling and protection measures tailored to different data classification levels. One of the key aspects of the DSL is its emphasis on national security, introducing the concept of important data and imposing restrictions on data processing and cross-border transfer activities that could potentially affect China's national security. Century Personal Information Protection Law, People. The People, effective from November 1, 2021, represents a significant milestone as China's first comprehensive, national-level personal information protection law. The People is often compared to the EU's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, given its comprehensive approach to personal data protection. It establishes clear rights for data subjects, including the right to consent, data access, correction, and deletion. The People also introduces specific requirements for personal information processes, such as conducting regular risk assessments and obtaining separate consent for sensitive personal data processing. Importantly, the PIPL's extraterritorial reach means that foreign entities processing the personal data of Chinese residents for the provision of goods or services, or analyzing and evaluating the behavior of residents within China, are subject to the law. Key definitions and authorities. Personal data, defined broadly, covering any information relating to identified or identifiable natural persons, excluding anonymized data. Sensitive personal data includes data that, if leaked or illegally used, can easily harm human dignity or the personal or property safety of individuals, such as biometrics, medical health, financial accounts, and location information. National Data Protection Authority, the Cyberspace Administration of China, CAC, is primarily responsible for overall planning, coordination of personal information protection, and supervision. Cross-border data transfers and processing. China has stringent requirements for the cross-border transfer of personal data. Data controllers are subject to security assessments, certification, or standard contractual clauses, SCCs, for transferring data overseas. These mechanisms ensure that transferred data is protected at a level commensurate with China's data protection standards. Breach notification and enforcement. Breach notification requirements are detailed in both the CSL and People. Data controllers must notify the relevant regulatory authority and affected individuals in the event of data breaches, especially those that may harm individuals' rights and interests. Sanctions for data protection breaches include warnings, fines, cessation of processing, and criminal sanctions for severe violations. Electronic marketing and online privacy. China's framework imposes certain obligations on data controllers for electronic marketing, requiring explicit consent from consumers. Moreover, the People and other laws set forth protections for consumers' personal information in online and mobile app environments, emphasizing consent and rights to information, correction, and deletion of personal data. In conclusion, China's privacy and data protection laws form a comprehensive and evolving framework that reflects the country's commitment to securing personal data while promoting technological advancement and economic growth. The combination of the CSL, DSL, and People, along with specific regulations and guidelines, offers a robust system for protecting personal and sensitive information in the digital age. Challenges and considerations. Compliance complexity. Navigating the overlapping jurisdictions and requirements of the CSL, DSL, and people presents significant challenges for businesses. Compliance demands a thorough understanding of each law's specifics, as well as ongoing adjustments to data handling practices. Data localization and cross-border transfer. The data localization mandates and stringent conditions for cross-border data transfer under these laws pose operational challenges for international companies. Businesses must evaluate their data flows and storage locations, potentially leading to significant infrastructure and procedural changes to meet compliance requirements. Technological and operational impacts. Adhering to the standards set forth by these laws requires substantial investment in technology and process adaptation. Companies need to deploy advanced cybersecurity measures, data encryption techniques, and ensure that all personal and important data is handled according to the legal provisions. Regulatory enforcement and penalties. The Chinese government has shown a strong commitment to enforcing these laws, with several high-profile investigations and penalties for non-compliance. Businesses must remain vigilant and proactive in their compliance efforts to avoid substantial fines and operational disruptions. Global implications. The global impact of China's privacy and data protection laws is profound, affecting multinational corporations, international data flows, and global data protection practices. Companies outside China must understand the requirements and implications of these laws to engage with Chinese consumers and operate within the Chinese market effectively. Additionally, China's approach to data protection and cybersecurity is contributing to the global discourse on data sovereignty, influencing other nations' regulatory frameworks and international data governance standards. Conclusion. China's privacy and data protection laws constitute a comprehensive and evolving framework that reflects the country's sophisticated approach to safeguarding personal and national data security in the digital era. The CSL, DSL, and people, along with specific regulations and guidelines, form the backbone of China's data protection regime, presenting both challenges and opportunities for businesses. As the digital economy continues to grow, adapting to and navigating this complex legal landscape will be crucial for companies seeking to thrive in China's dynamic market.